The problem had been sitting on your screen for 3 days, growing heavier without changing shape. Everyone else called it straightforward. Your manager trusted you to solve it. Yet every time you read the first line, your thoughts stalled. A quiet fear formed beneath your calm face. What if the problem was not difficult, but you were looking at it completely wrong? You arrive early, hoping empty space will quiet your mind. Fluorescent lights hum above rows of silent desks. Coffee cools beside your keyboard while unread messages appear one by one, each asking for updates you cannot give yet. You reopen the file and reread your notes. Yesterday's ideas feel distant, like plans written by someone else who understood more than you do now. Rain streaks the windows in thin gray lines. You watch droplets merge and separate, moving freely while your thinking stays rigid. You try to rebuild the same plan again. Paragraphs shift. Headings change. Nothing improves. Your shoulders tighten. A notification sound makes your stomach drop. You open a new browser tab searching for quick answers, but close it seconds later when nothing fits. A coworker passes with a friendly nod that feels heavier than silence. Minutes stretch into an hour. The cursor blinks steadily, marking time without progress. You begin editing small details just to feel movement. Inside, doubt grows louder. Maybe the solution exists, but not inside the path you keep forcing yourself to follow. By afternoon your thoughts feel overheated. You step outside into damp air and walk along cracked pavement near the parking lot. Rainwater gathers in shallow pools reflecting dull sky. Near the curb, thin weeds push through narrow concrete gaps, bending around stones without breaking. You watch them longer than expected. They do not fight the concrete head-on. They search for openings. Back inside, you stop rewriting the same plan. On a blank page, you write one clear sentence describing the real outcome needed, not the process you assumed. Immediately, parts of the old structure feel unnecessary. Doubt returns. Changing direction feels risky. If this fails, your confusion becomes visible. You pause, breathe slowly, and test a tiny shift instead of rebuilding everything. Nothing breaks. Encouraged, you test another variation. Your focus narrows. Noise softens. You sketch rough diagrams, crossing out most without hesitation. Patterns begin appearing between pieces that once felt unrelated. The urge to return to familiar methods rises again, safety disguised as productivity, but you keep adjusting angles rather than forcing straight lines. Small experiments connect gradually into a new framework. Instead of pushing against the obstacle, you begin moving through spaces it quietly reveals. Evening arrives unnoticed. The revised structure exposes a flaw you had ignored for weeks. Fear spikes again. Closing the file now would preserve partial success and hide uncertainty. Instead, you zoom in on the weak point and study it carefully. Slowly you realize the flaw is not a failure, it links two assumptions that never belong together. You rebuild around that discovery, letting the gap guide a cleaner structure. Hours pass in focused stillness. When you run the final test, the system responds smoothly. No dramatic victory. Just a steady release of tension and clearer breathing. The obstacle that once blocked progress now feels like a map showing where your thinking needed to change. Later you understand the real challenge was not the problem itself but the frame you placed around it. Obstacles often hold hidden instructions, revealed only when pressure forces you to slow down and look differently. When something refuses to move, it may be asking a new question, one that cannot be answered from the same angle that created the struggle.